Three stories, three nights. Three people who thought they were alone. Each one is told as a case file. Names and details changed. But every story is built from patterns that happen in real life. Because the scariest horror stories are the ones that don't need monsters. Story 1, The Maintenance Voice. Leah was a college student living in a small apartment building off a quiet road. One Thursday night, her roommate left for a weekend trip. Leah stayed behind to study. Around 11:40 p.m., there was a knock. Not a neighbor knock, a professional knock. A man's voice said, "Building maintenance. There's a leak below you. We need to check your unit." Leah didn't open the door. She asked through the chain, "Which unit am I in?" The man answered instantly, "Correct." Then he added casually, like it was normal, "And your roommate isn't home, right? You're alone." Leah felt her stomach drop. She hadn't said that. Not to anyone. She asked for his name. He said it, like he'd practiced. Leah backed away and called the building office line. No answer. Then she called the after-hours emergency number posted in the lobby. It rang and rang. She went back to the door. The hallway was silent. No footsteps, no elevator, nothing. That's when she noticed something else. The peephole was covered, not taped from her side, from the outside. Leah didn't breathe. She called 911 and whispered, "Someone is at my door." While she waited, a soft sound came from the hallway again. Not knocking, a key. Testing the lock. Once, twice. Then a voice, lower now, right against the door. "Leah, open up." Police arrived in minutes. They searched the hall, stairwell, parking lot. No one. But on the landing, one floor down, they found a maintenance key ring. Not building issued. A cheap copy. And taped under the stair rail, a sticky note, "Next time, don't take so long." Leah moved out within 2 weeks, and she never found out how he knew her name, or that she was alone. The attic that wasn't locked. Marcus lived in a small rental house. 1 floor, no basement, no upstairs, which is why the footsteps made no sense. He was home alone on a rainy Sunday night, half asleep on the couch, and he heard it, a slow, careful creak, like someone shifting their weight. Above him, Marcus muted the TV. The sound happened again. 2 steps, then silence. He walked through the house with his phone light on. Every door was locked, every window shut. He told himself the roof was settling. Old houses make noise. Then he went into the hallway and saw it. The attic pull-down string was hanging lower than usual. Marcus stared at it for a full 10 seconds. Then he pulled the string. The attic ladder dropped down, and something fell with it. A crumpled fast food bag. Not old, not dusty, fresh. Marcus didn't climb up. He stepped back and aimed his phone light into the attic. In the dark insulation, there were flattened footprints, a line where someone had been crawling. He called the police and waited outside. When officers arrived, they climbed up carefully. One of them came down and said, "You did the right thing." They found a sleeping bag, water bottles, a phone charger, and wrappers. Someone had been up there long enough to build a routine. Then the officer asked Marcus a question that made his blood run cold. "Do you live alone?" Marcus said yes. The officer nodded slowly and said, "Then whoever this was knew exactly when you'd be home." They never caught the person. But Marcus did replace one thing. Not the lock, not the alarm. He replaced the attic ladder, because he couldn't stop thinking about the simplest part. Someone had been above him, listening, while he slept. Story 3, The Call That Spoofed the Police. Rena was home alone when her phone rang at 2:13 a.m. Caller ID said, "Police Department." She answered. A calm voice said, "Ma'am, stay inside. We're responding to a break-in call near your address." Rena froze. She hadn't called anyone. The voice continued, "Do not turn on lights. Do not look out the window. Officers are outside." Then the voice said something too specific. "What you're wearing is a gray hoodie, correct?" Rena looked down. "Gray hoodie," she whispered. "Who is this?" The voice said, "Police. We can see you. Stay calm." Rena's hands shook, but she did one smart thing. She hung up and called the emergency number directly. Dispatch answered immediately. Rena asked, "Did you just call me?" Dispatch said, "No, we did not." Rena's chest tightened. Dispatch told her to stay on the line and move away from windows. Then her phone buzzed again. Same caller ID, Police Department. She didn't answer. A voicemail appeared instantly. It was the same calm voice, but this time it was angry. "You don't listen well, Rena." Police arrived. They found no forced entry. No one outside. But the next day, a technician found something strange. A cheap hidden camera stuck behind the hallway smoke detector. It wasn't streaming online. It was recording locally and on the SD card. The latest file was dated that night, named 213. Home Alone stories are scary because they're simple. A door, a hallway, a ceiling, a phone call, and one moment where your brain realizes you're not alone. If you want more case files like this, subscribe and comment which story hit you hardest. 1, 2, or 3.